All right, guys, we are back with round one hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hearst, Texas. We got Toby on the left playing Mermail versus Chris. First time on the channel for him, and first time on the channel for Madolche's. Looks like Toby's going first. Normal summons Genix Undyne. Undyne, when it's normal summon, you can send a water monster from your deck to your graveyard as a cost, and then you have to add the Genix controller from your deck to your hand. It's just a level 3 vanilla dark tuner monster. Now, Landing Dragoons, if it's sent to the graveyard for a water monster effect, you can add a Sea Serpent from your deck to your hand. Except Landing Dragoons is limited to 1, so it doesn't matter. Now, Toby's a regular on the channel. He's already got 3 wins. 1 in hat. He did win with Boojins. But glad to see him playing Mermail because we don't have many Mermail players at the locals. One of the reasons why I stopped. I just haven't had a chance to feature this deck. Los was playing it, but he kind of stopped playing hats, so that's why we haven't had Mermails on the channel. And Mermails have not won. I don't even think they've even made the finals on the channel. Now, Los did win the one hat tournament, but I was not there that week, so I didn't get a chance to film it. Anyways, we're at 8,000. So here, Christopher normal summons Madolche and Jelly. And Toby right away breakthrough skills it. Breakthrough skill basically negates a face and monster effect until the end of the turn. So Angeli's effect is you contribute itself to special summon a Madolche monster from your deck. And also cannot be destroyed by battle and it gets shuffled back into the deck at the end of your next turn. And I'm rooting for Chris in this match because Madolche is the deck that I actually played at Nats in hat format. So, I mean, I'm familiar with both these decks. But the Madolche, I only played it for like a few months, so I'm not that familiar with that deck. So there's some things that I kind of need to refresh my memory on. Also, Chris is playing the Ghostricks. I forgot about that. So here he attacks over the Angeli for 500 and then hits him for 12. So what is that? 17 total? All right, draws. Yeah, I don't know if I'd play the Ghost Trick engine. I'd probably replace the Ghost Trick engine if I were to play this deck with something else. I've actually been wanting to play both these decks myself on the channel. I picked up a lot of the cards for Madolche's, but not all of it yet. And Mermail, someone would have to let me borrow the deck. Maybe Patino would let me borrow it or someone else. All right, so 8,063. So Toby, normal summons, Genix controller. So it looks like he's going to hit him for 15, 27, 31. Is that 41 total? Yeah, 41 total. So we're at 8,000 to 22. I don't think he plays does he play a level 6 synchro? Probably not. So he's probably going to go for either A as Zenmains or B. Now, Zenmain's not that good in this matchup. So I think he's going to go for Alucard and try to snipe some of the back rows. That's my guess. Yep, he's going to go for Alucard and try to snipe something. There's nothing else I could think of that he can make. Yep, XYZ summon into Alucard. Activate Alucard's effect. Alucard, you detach a material to target one set card your opponent controls, destroy it. So you can do monsters as well. So Chris negates Alucard's effect with Divine Wrath. What did he discard? Oh, he discarded Ghostricks Spectre. So that's going to help him for his Hoot Cake play. Okay, normal summons Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake, you can banish a monster from your graveyard to special summon a Madolche monster from your deck. So he banishes the Spectre, gets Messengelato. Messengelato, when it's special summoned, you add a Madolche Spoiler Trap card from your deck to your hand. If it's special summoned while you control a Madolche Beast monster, the Beast monsters they play is the Hoot Cake and the Cat. 8,022. Activate the field spell. So yeah, the field spell, when it's activated, you shuffle, I think, all Madolche monsters from your graveyard back into the deck, but he has none. So he hits over Lindy for... It also gives all your Madolche monsters 500 attack. So he hits over Lindy for 5. And Toby's going to special summon Pike with Lindy's effect. Discards Atlantean Heavy Infantry. So he's going to search a level 3 water monster from his deck to his hand. So he searches Marksman, and then Heavy Infantry is going to pop the... What did he pop? The Hoot Cake? I think he should have popped the field spell. Yeah, now he attack. Yeah, he should have popped the field spell. So, yeah. Heavy Infantry, when it's sent to the graveyard for a water monster effect, you pop a face-up card your opponent controls. So he could have gone for the Chateau. Chateau, I think when a Madolche is sent, when it's shuffled back into the deck, you can add it to your hand instead. So he just added the Who Cake back to his hand. So now Toby summons another Abyss Pike. So we know he has Marksman in his hand because he searched it with Abyss Pike's effect last turn. Have we gone over Abyss Pike's effect? Yeah, Abyss Pike's effect. You can discard one water monster from your hand to search any level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. So let's see what he searches. Oh, illegal move by Toby. You cannot search heavy infantry with Pike. It has to be a level 3, exactly level 3. And heavy infantry is level 2. Whoops. So Marksman, if it's sent to the graveyard for a water monster effect, which it is here by Pike, it pops a set card your opponent controls. So he hits the Black Horn. Now Toby special summons Megalo from his hand. So you reveal Megalo, discard 2 water monsters from your hand to special summon itself. Then hits the field, and then the graveyards have to be the first, right? So Atlantean Heavy Infantry is mandatory, so it'll be Chainlink 1. Gundy is Chainlink 2. Megalo is Chainlink 3. So he's going to pop the field spell with Heavy Infantry. Mermails, Megalo is going to search Abyss Sphere. And then Gundy's effect is going to activate to special summon a Mermail from your graveyards. When he searches Pike. Now, Pike's effect's only once per turn. So, yep, Chris concedes. Even though Toby was not supposed to have that heavy infantry in his hand, but it didn't really matter. Come on, man. It's exactly level 3 water monster, Toby. If you're watching. Come on, man. What's crazy is Toby, I don't think, has ever made an illegal move on the channel. Not that I can think of. I made a few errors myself, but not much. Alright, so here Christopher normal summons Madolche Magdalene. That one's kind of like a Stratos. When it's normal or flipped, you add a Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. So he searches the cat, activates Ticket, and activates the field spell. Alright, so Toby starts off by summoning Pike again, discards Heavy Infantry, searches his deck for a level 3 water monster. Can you imagine if you could search? Like, I'm thinking back in 2013, then nobody would have played Undyne. Because you would just go Pike, search Diva, right? That would be crazy. Can you imagine just, let me just go Pike. Pike, search, discard Dragoon, search double Diva. That'd be pretty crazy. Alright, so Pike runs, so he discard Envy Infantry and then runs over the Magdalene. So Chris is going to take 200, but yeah, the Ticket, when a Madolche is shuffled back, it's like a Black Whirlwind, kind of. As a continuous spell, if a Madolche is shuffled back into the deck by a card effect, which all the Madolches get shuffled back into the deck by their own card effect, if they're destroyed by your opponent's card, by battle or card effect, you just shuffle them back into the deck. So here he summons the cat. Toby chains Maxi to the cat. So Gelato's effect's going to activate since it's special summon while he controls a beast Madolche monster. So he's going to add another field spell, most likely. Or he could add the trap card too. Most people play one of the trap because it's a good option to have. So yes, he searches the field spell. The cat, when it's normal summon, you can special summon a Madolche monster from your hand. So he attacks over Pike for 200. And then the cat for 1,000. So we're at 68 to 78. Passes back to Tobes. Come on. Tobes special summons Megalo from his hand by discarding Heavy Infantry and Abyssland. So Chainlink 1, it should be Chainlink 1, Heavy Infantry, Chainlink 2, Megalo. So Heavy Infantry is going to pop one of the cards, and then Megalo is going to search him another Mermail, Abyss spell, or trap. So he's going to target the field spell, searches. Does he play Squall? No, no one plays Squall anymore. Not in hat format because you have Soul Charge. You don't need Squall. Alright, so he's searching. He's reading a Mermail Abyss Sphere. Abyss Sphere's effect is you can special summon a Mermail monster from your deck. Its effect's negated. And it is destroyed during your opponent's end phase. Also, I believe you can't activate spell cards while you have a Abyss Sphere up. If you decide to use it during your turn, you're not going to be able to use spell cards. All right, so Toby's looking at his extra deck. What could he have? Is he gonna try to. He could like normal summon Lynn, crash into the gelato, and make a rank 7, or he can. What could he what could Toby have here? Soul Charge maybe. Let's see. Because he looked at his extra deck, but there's so much stuff he could have. He could also just send Tidal with like Genix Undyne. Okay, so he summons Genix Controller, so he's probably gonna attack over Gelato, and then the ticket's going to activate, so he's going to take 800 there. So we're at 68 to 7,000. So he might use a ticket here. Or he's debating. Oh, he has a Ghost Trick. He discards Ghost Trick Mary from his hand. I don't know how this card works. I'm not too familiar with the Ghost Tricks. I think I said that already. So yeah, Ghost Trick Mary. I think when a monster declares an attack, you can discard it from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a Ghost Trick monster from your deck and face down. He's explaining it. I'm pretty sure he knows his deck pretty well. So yeah, it goes Ghost Trick, Mary, and Madolche Ticket. So Ticket adds. So he's going to set, I guess, his Chain Link. Okay, so he searches Hoot Cake with the Ticket, sets the Madolche monster, attacks over the cat with the controller for what, 900? So it should be 68, 61, I think. Now he's going to Synchro for... Leo's not that great in this matchup, though. Because Leo's effect is... It cannot be targeted except during your main phase 2. But Tiramisu doesn't target, so he can just bounce the Leo with Tiramisu easily. Yeah, it's not this one matchup where... Yes, it's funny because, like... In Edison format, there's not many... Like, almost all the cards target. Except in like later on cards like, you know, Moral Attack, Tiramisu. There's one synchro that I was a huge fan of, Ignister. Some of you guys remember Ignister. It's one of my favorite synchros of all time. That one didn't target either. Okay, so he's gonna search Madolche Palooza with Messenger Lotto's effect. That one's like, people used to call it return from Madolche's. And like, you can special summon any number of Madolche monsters from your hand. So he goes for Invoker. Looks like he's taking the Max C challenge. So Invoker, you can attach a material special summon, I believe. Oh, is it a Beast Warrior from your deck? But I think it comes out in defense mode. It doesn't matter. He's in XYZ with it. So he goes for Tiramisu. So Toby's going to draw another card off Max C. So we'll go over Max C real quick for those of you guys who may not know. Max C is a quick effect. During either player's turn as a hand trap, you get a little insect right there. You can discard it from your hand to the graveyard. For the rest of this turn, each time your opponent special summons a monster, you draw one card. So when he goes for Tiramisu. So remember, Tiramisu doesn't target. It's a pretty long effect. You like detach a material to basically bounce 2 cards, up to 2 cards your opponent controls, back to the deck. But I think you have to return like Madolche. Here, I'll just go look it up here. So yeah, you return 2 Madolche cards back into your deck and then bounce 2 cards. I'm pretty sure that's what a Tiara. Here it is. Yes. Target. Okay, so the targeting your 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard. Okay, then shuffle those cards into the deck. Also, after that, shuffle cards your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of Madolche cards returned. Okay, that makes sense. So bounces the Leo, bounces the trap card, and then now Toby summons Genix Undyne. Yeah, because if he chains, like, let's say, Abyss Sphere, he's just going to bounce back the monster you bring out with Abyss Sphere. So I'm pretty sure Toby's back row that he had was Abyss Sphere. All right, Undyne is going to send Dragoons. Dragoon is going to... He's going to add Controller. And then Dragoons is going to search. I think it was worth taking the Max C challenge there, because Tiramisu is so good. You got rid of 2 of Toby's cards. And I think he has his own Max C. I remember in the old days, you wouldn't care. Like, a lot of people, they would go off under Max C because their game plan is, I'm going to make a big board. So if you try to, I don't really care how many cards you draw because I'm going to Max C you back. Except you're going to have to fight through a board. All right, so here, Toby special summons Mermail Bistius. Yeah, special summons Mermail Bistius from his hand. You can special summon Mermail Bistius from your hand by discarding a water monster. And if you special summon it that way, you add a level 4 lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. So Marksman, he discarded Marksman, popped the Palooza, now is searching for Tias. It was Madolche Palooza. He could have chained it, but I don't think he wants to. I think they return to your hand or deck during the end phase for Palooza. Madolche Palooza. Yes, shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. Okay. So yeah, it's like a return. Alright, so did we see what Toby searched with Tias? I don't think so. No, he has not normal summon, so... Yeah, 68, 61. Toby does have Dark Hole in his hand. What will you do if you're Toby? It depends on the rest of his hand, but he's looking at his extra deck. He's showing him the cards he has. Toby taking a long time is funny because he always gives me a hard time when I play slow. So all right. So let's see. Come on, Toby. Oh, he has Soul Charge in his hand. Okay. But what a Soul Charger. He's just going to bounce. Yeah, he's just going to bounce your cards back with Tiara Masu. So he didn't use a Soul Charge. You're just going to leave the Invoker up? Okay, I think he set Abyss Sphere, but yeah, I guess he's just going to leave the Invoker up. Okay, here comes a Soul Charge. So those guys who may not know, Soul Charge says target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you take 1,000 for each, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you use Soul Charge. So this is not looking good for Toby, but my guess is he did this play because he didn't have Abyss Sphere. I thought he had Abyss Sphere. Okay, so he breakthrough skills the Tiara Masu. Now Tiara Masu is not a hard once per turn, so he could potentially bring out a second Tiara Masu and bounce all of Toby's or most of Toby's cards. So he uses Who Cake's effect to banish the Ghostricks. Is that one Mary? No, I gotta remember that one. But he gets Gelato, special summons Gelato with Who Cake. Gelato adds the field spell. Can he bring out another monster? Okay, activates the field spell. So he puts the Gelatos back in his deck. Then he's gonna use Invoker's effect. Right? How did he special summon the Gelato? Oh, I think Ticket special summons the Gelato. Yeah, I think Ticket says instead of adding them to your hand, you can like. Oh, but I think he messed up here. He should have sent back the Lind, because Tiara Masu is beefed up because of the field spell. Oh yeah, now he's just gonna bring out Lead, and you can't run over Lead. Oh yeah, this was game. No. All right, so he runs over the what's Invoker's attack? I think it's 16, so he took what 400 there. Then he attacked over Lind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was game, but he was supposed to bounce back the Lind. But yeah, I think he special summoned the Gelato with Ticket. Ticket has a second effect, but I always forget it. All right, so he gets Pike, discards Gundy with Pike, so he's searching for Pike's effect. Adds another Abyss Lind. Now Gundy, when it's discarded to the graveyard by any way, you special summon a Mermail monster from your graveyard. So yeah, you can use it with like Lightning Vortex, Regeki Break, stuff like that. Wing Blast. So he's going to bring back Megalo in defense mode. I was thinking, was there a way he could have got Lead? Because I don't think Chris could have attacked over Lead. Yeah, those Tiara Masus are beefed up. All right, so here Toby with the Dark Hole, man. But it looks like he's going to use what? Yeah, the field spell and Ticket. So he adds them back to his hand. Then he's going to use Ticket's effect to add the cat. Yeah, Chris has a lot of cards, but he used 2 Tiara Masus. I think most Madolche decks only play 2. He could be on 3 though. What else you got? Toby's looking at his extra. Man, would it have been game if Chris had just bounced the Lin back? I don't think it would have been game, but he would have been in a much better spot. So now Toby's gonna. Okay, so he chains Max C to TS's effect. So he discards Lin. Toby brings out TS in defense mode. Adds Abysslind. So yeah, Toby's just on, but we'll see if Chris can wipe Toby's board. So he sets the Lind. So we're at 54 to 61. Passes back to Chris. Chris summons the cat. Special summons Hookake. No Maxi from Toby. Hookake. Banish Maxi. Bring out Gelato. Gelato, add the Palooza back. And I don't think he has a level 4 monster. Does he have a banished level 4? I don't think so. I think he banished a bunch of like Ghostricks. So he can't go for like a Leviair play. So Gelato attacks over the Lind. The Lind's going to activate. Yeah, I wonder if he plays the third Tiara Masu. So he brings out lead. I don't know why he didn't bring out lead earlier. I guess he could have crashed. No, never mind. He could have crashed with lead earlier because they were both at 27. Yeah, Tiara Masu was 22, so it would have been 27. Would have been a crash. All right, so Chris goes for Zenmains just to stall. And he's got 4 back rows. One of them we know is most likely the Madolche Palooza. All right. I think Chris is up on a lot of cards. I think Chris is going to win this game. But he just has no offense. He can't deal with Toby's monsters. He can run over a TS in defense mode. Hopefully I didn't mess up life. Where's the log? So Toby took 200, 1,000, 1,000, and 400. So Pike, or special summons TS by discarding Pike. I don't think it was game because like I'm looking back to when he didn't bounce back the Lind. I don't think it was game, but it was. He would have been in a really much better spot. He still would have got Dark Hold though. But Toby would be much lower in life points. All right, so Toby goes for Leo. Yep, Leo's not that great. It's okay in this matchup, but Tiramisu just doesn't target, so it's just gonna bounce it back. All right, so yeah, I don't know if this was right because like if you go for Gaios, you can't attack with Leo. I think as long as Gaios has XYZ materials, neither player can attack with level 5 or higher monsters. So yeah, Leo's going to attack over Gelato, but here comes the Mirror Force. Yeah, that's a card you don't expect in that format. I walk into I no one's done it to me, but I could see it. Like I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna pretend that Mirror Force doesn't exist in hat format. Everyone's playing all these other trap cards like Emptiness, Blackhorn, Bottomless, Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare. So yeah, I don't fear Mirror Force in hat format the way I do in Edison. So game 3, who will move on with a round 1 win? It's been a long match. All right, Toby. That game too was that was a long game. So Toby starts off by setting 2. All right, draw for Chris. What monsters does he set? Did he side into the hands, or I guess he could set the Ghostricks? Yeah, there's one of them that's a Gear armor. I think it's I don't remember its name. So will Toby try and snipe the set monster? I think. It depends. He might try to snipe it with like a marksman by sending a marksman here. So he sends Dragoons. Dragoon's going to add, or he's going to add controller first, then marksman. Okay, so I'm guessing he's going to go for the monster. He has maybe a TS or a Megalo in his hand. Okay, so reveal Tias. Chris chains Maxi. Discards Marksman. Brings out Tias in defense mode. Yeah, Tias effect to search. And he's going to pop this. I'm pretty sure he's going to pop the set monster. Does he have anything? So no, he lets it go through. So he pops the ghost. I forgot this one's name. I'm pretty sure that's the armor. That's what my friend Robert McNett told me. He said it's a gear armor for Ghostricks. That's always like the best way to explain cards. I feel it's like I'm gonna tell you it does the same thing that a card you know. Like I love it whenever I dabble into modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm like, what does that card do? Oh, it's like a. They'll just go on. It's like it does this. So it's like, oh, it's kind of like this certain card. It's like a Lone Fire is the big one. Okay, so so since the Ghost Trick was destroyed, he's gonna special summon the Spectre. So I think you can like when a Ghost Trick monster is destroyed, you can like special summon Spectre from your hand. And yeah, see Toby chains Maxi to Spectre's effect. So it sets itself and you draw a card. All right. So Undyne attacks over Spectre. Passes back to Chris. Blind MST hits the Torrential. Ooh, good hit. QCR. Is that Hobby League or QCR? But right away, Toby with another Maxi to the cat effect. So he looks like Chris is going to take the Maxi challenge. He normal summons the cat, special summons the Jelly from his hand. Uses Jelly's effect to tribute itself to get the Hoot Cake. And here he looks like he's going to Warning Hoot Cake's effect. So it gets shuffled back into the deck. Yep. Sets a second back row and passes. Yeah, it's not looking too good for Chris. What I noticed, he doesn't play much defense. Like, oh no, that's not true. He plays like Blackhorn and Divine Wrath. Those are like the only defensive cards we saw. Maxis. So now Toby's going to, what, special summon Megalo. Divine Wrath. No, he has to discard. He has to discard for Megalo. Yeah, he has to discard the two water monsters. Activates in the hand. Discard 2 water monsters. To special summon itself. So yeah, he has to discard the 2 water monsters. That's what Chris is telling him. So he discards Gundy and what was the other one he discarded? Oh, Lind. So yes, he can get back the Megalo since it was Divine Wrath. All right, so Megalo hits over the cat for 19. And then 17, 12, that's 29. So yeah, Chris should be at 32. And now Toby's going to go for Abyss Gaios, and yeah, that pretty much ends the game. So congrats to Toby, moving on with a round 1 win. I was rooting for Madolche's, but that third game was kind of rough. He didn't really see... He got, Maxi hurt, and he just didn't see many starters. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that match. We'll be back soon for the rest of the tournament. Check out the link in the description. Also, I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, one word, all caps. Yep, I'll see all you guys next time.